Agreed.
All right, co-main time in the lightweight division. The return of Paddy the Baddy Pimblett taking on Jared Flash Gordon. Paddy the Baddy, of course, the 27-year-old out of Liverpool, England, 19-3 as a pro, 6 knockouts, 9 subs, riding a 5-fight win streak coming into this weekend. He is undefeated in the UFC, 3-0 in the UFC. Jared Gordon, out of Queens, New York, 34 years old, 19-5 as a pro, 6 knockouts, 2 subs, 11 decisions, coming off of a win against Leandro Santos. Omar, sticking with you here, give us your take and your pick of Gordon versus Paddy the Baddy.
I think it's safe to say that Jared Gordon at this point is the highest level fight that Paddy Pimblett has fought up until this point, especially in his UFC career. He's had some fights in the past with guys that we've seen in the UFC, but I think we're at a different point now. The rise of Paddy Pimblett has been a slow and steady one, but I think this person, Jared Gordon, I think has a resume with wins and with quality wins and quality losses that it'll really give us a proper gauge as to where Paddy Pimblett is in this division and frankly in his skills. I believe in Paddy Pimblett. I know some of us may have varied on that opinion. Some of us may have had stronger thoughts as to whether Paddy would be in the top 15 or top 10 somewhere down the line than others. But I like Paddy, man. There's nothing about the way he fights that has turned me off. I think he's a very aggressive fighter. His length, his use of length in his striking, I think is fantastic. He's not the most creative when it comes to combos. He's not the most active when it comes to stringing a lot of shots together. But he uses his length to keep his reach. And when necessary, he transitions to the ground, whether it's somebody trying to crash in to close that reach and he immediately ducks under and goes for a takedown of some kind, or he catches a kick or catches a teep, whatever the case is, to then go down to the ground. He has opportunities within his striking that he looks to move down to the ground and work the game that he has there. I think Jared Gordon is the type of guy that will play with Paddy Pimblett, that will give Paddy what he wants in terms of positions on the ground and wanting to go down to the ground and play that whole game. I think Jared believes in his ground game enough to do so. I just think that Paddy Pimblett, when we talk about the mental game, I think Paddy's on a different level right now. I think Paddy is very similar to that kind of Conor McGregor confidence, at least in his mind, that this is his time, this is his era, this is the work that he's put in, and these are the fruits of his labor, and he just needs to go out there and perform the way he knows he can. And I fully believe that he has the ability to do that. Jared Gordon, I think, is the one who needs to show up in this fight if he wants to prove something, to prove that he's just not a guy to get run over in the UFC. Jared Gordon has shown in his losses, though, that there are opportunities on the ground to finish him. And I think those are the type of things that Paddy needs to exploit. I'm going to go with Paddy Pimblett, second round submission.
Okay, Mark.
Like it. So I'll respond quickly first to the Paddy comments that are obviously directed at me. I have always liked Paddy, and I was pumped when he came to the UFC, and I've always thought that he would be like a top 20, 25-ish guy. If we go back, I think I said a similar thing. I just never thought he'd be in the title mix, and then I threw out the bold take of that he wouldn't even be ranked, which I still think may be an accurate take. I don't think I've seen anything yet that makes me say, okay, he probably is going to be a ranked fighter. I don't think – I may change my mind, of course, as he keeps winning, but I'm still in my same place. I think – and for reference, Jared Gordon is my 29th ranked lightweight. So, like, we're here right now. This is the one where if Paddy wins, he kind of ends up right around where I thought he'd end up. He's in the mix. You know, he's 47 in my rankings right now because he hasn't proven anything as of yet. You know, he's fought 3 kind of randos. I mean, Levitt's a little bit not a rando, but 3 kind of randos. So this is the one. This is where Paddy Pimblett kind of enters the mix of fighting people who are very relevant. So we will see. He is a big favorite. He's minus 260. Jared Gordon is plus 200. I have never believed in the game of Jared Gordon. So to me, this is not a hard one. I think I've rarely picked Jared Gordon on this show. He did impress me in his last fight. Was it his last fight? Yeah, against Santos. I liked how he looked in that fight. But I just think he doesn't have the game to stop what Paddy does. I'm not picking Paddy's role to stop here by any means. I think he's fast enough and athletic enough to give Gordon some issues on the feet. He's going to have a 5-inch reach advantage, which helps. I think that if Gordon plays on the outside, he's going to get picked apart by Paddy. As much as Paddy's striking technique is not the most clean thing you've ever seen in your life, he can be a dangerous striker, and with a 5-inch reach advantage, he will be. And if Gordon closes that gap and kind of tries to strike in close, I think he's in danger of being wrapped up by Paddy and Paddy taking it back or throwing a leg over him in some fashion and doing what Paddy does. If Gordon tries to grapple, which I agree, I think Gordon will be confident there. I like Paddy's grappling there too. Gordon's skilled down there, but I just think that Paddy is too good of a scrambler and too opportunistic that he's just going to find something if this spends time on the ground. So I think it's a good matchup for Paddy Pimblett. And I think he is the more dangerous finisher, and I think he will finish it. So give me Paddy. I'll say he does something slick to get it back and gets a rear naked choke in round 2.
I am a bit of a Jared Gordon fan. That being said, I think Paddy has too many attributes in his favor. I think he's 7 years younger, taller, longer, faster, probably has more power in his hands. I think he's more explosive. I would not be totally surprised, though, if Jared Gordon gave him a real run for his money. Jared Gordon is competent just about everywhere. He's very competent where Paddy is strongest, which is on the ground. So that could be interesting. But Paddy also just brings in too much energy, man. Too much energy. So I'm going to keep rolling with Paddy as well. I'm going to say Paddy's going to get it done by decision this time, by UD.
Mike is so tired that he's officially started whispering. He's trying to slowly put himself to sleep.
Mark, how tall is Jared Gordon? Because they have him listed as 5'9" on SureDog, and they have Paddy at 5'10", and that doesn't seem right to me.
I don't feel like Jared Gordon's very tall. That's kind of just about what I thought.
But I feel like Paddy's taller, like a good amount taller,
more
not
than
an inch.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, what I looked up was 5'9" and 5'10" as well. Like I said, the reach was 5 inches, but those are the heights that I saw.
I can't wait to see that stare down because I have a feeling they're.
I'm looking at them both in just if you type it in Google and you look at every link, and every link says 5'10" for Paddy, 5'9" for Gordon.
Okay.
Maybe they are closer once they actually stand next to each other, but I just feel like Paddy's chin is going to be where Jared Gordon's eyes are, but maybe I'm wrong.
Could be another one of those. We've seen some lately. We will see.
If they are this wrong, we need to fucking fire these people who are using these tape measures or whatever's happening here because they're failing really horribly.
Do you know I already really get annoyed sometimes about the way reach is calculated? Not to go off on a tangent, I don't understand how we haven't addressed this yet. Why is the width of a chest part of reach? I want to know how long dudes' arms are. I don't care if one guy's has 5 more inches of chest. So they say, oh, he has 5 more inches of reach, but their arms are the same size. Yeah. I don't know why we do that.
What do you want to measure from, the pit?
Yes, that's
they
what PFL does.
The
PFL does pit to tip.
Pit to tip.
They also do
shoulder,
the
shoulder to tip. I forget what they do.
Yeah, the regular one is just the arm span, basically. So from tip to tip all the way across.
That's what UFC does. Yeah.
Right.
Tip to tip.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't like it. Anyway, let's get back to it.